In this video, we will design or model a chair that will go with this table. The video description is the download file for the OBJ reference geometry, which we will import now. I go to my folder, Eames chair, very classical chair. We will set this to Z up and Y forward. And there it is. This model I pulled from the SketchUp warehouse online, and it's from the Herman Miller product catalog. This chair we would like to rotate a little bit along the Z-axis. So here we set this to 90. Very good. We also have a human figure here for reference purpose. So let's go into edit mode and Z, go wireframe, AAB, select the figure, and we remove her. We don't need her. So now I would like to actually see if I can center my geometry better. So when I take a look at the bottom, is there maybe a certain symmetry? And it looks like, yeah, see here, this is very symmetrical, the mesh. So Shift S, cursor to the selected. Very nice. Then I go to object mode. You see where the 3D cursor is. This is where my my object center point is. And then we could say origin to 3D cursor. But now it's right there. Maybe it should be on the floor. Not a big deal. We can go to view and move our 3D cursor to the ground. Right click, and there we are. Alternatively, let's see if this actually works out. So we go to a front view in wireframe, B, select all the elements of the feet, S, Shift S, cursor to selected. Oh, I still have this point up there, so B, middle mouse button, Shift S, cursor to selected. And there you see it moved it actually to somewhere else, but this is now the geometrical center. From the front, this is good, of these 4 feet. So could do it this way too. Okay, very nice. So the reason why we did this is now it's very easy to move this back, maybe to here in object mode. Along X we set this to 0. There we are, Z and shaded mode. Very good. Now I can see, this might be a nice design. Okay. So we'll make a new collection. I will call this Eames chair. Put this one in there, activate this. This is where we would like to model over. My table was just for reference, so we can hide it. And now we are ready to very quickly use this simply as an inspiration how to model this. This geometry, as you can possibly guess, has actually some upholstery on it. Sorry, I needed to cough. And we will try to model this without the upholstery first, because we will later actually add an upholstery or something onto it. So everything what we do next is just using this geometry as a reference. Because this is centered, that makes it very easy. Select it, Shift S, cursor to selected, Shift A, plane, move this plane up. Then tab, go into edit mode. This is all correct. Maybe a little bit forward. There and there. E and Z, bring this up. Bring this over. There we are. S. See, I'm trying to actually find the basic proportions. S and X only. There. Okay, now so I have kind of like the left and right, up and down. Okay, maybe here this S a little bit down, a little bit forward. This definitely a little bit back. Very good. And then we can give this a sub-D modifier. A, right click with faces selected, shade smooth, edge select. Yeah, now we can go ahead and start sculpting everything a little bit more. Control R. So we add a loop cut to there. Control R. We add a loop cut to there. Then maybe here, this edge we move down a little bit back. This is a very, very, very straight back. So Control R, maybe a loop cut here. Okay, maybe select these two loop cuts, these two edges on there. Move this back a little bit. So you start seeing how we're actually starting to sculpt this a little bit. Maybe go to here, Control R, select this, move this rather forward. So this is why using such a mesh here as a reference is really very, very helpful, because it can help me in many aspects, trying to get proportions quickly done. Not that we are going to rebuild this chair, we just use this as an inspiration, but simply this is for quickly blocking out details. So here AA, select this. I would like this to go up a little bit more, and then this here all further down, maybe further back, a little bit there, maybe a little bit to there, maybe a little bit down. You see, actually, that goes fairly quick. Look from the front, everything still looks kind of nice. I moved lines here up and down a little bit, so you can see that these edges are not perfectly straight anymore. That's fine. We will fix this later. Okay. So far, is this good? No, we're not again doing a complete rebuild of the Eames chair. This is actually horizontal. What is however nice here in the Eames is how this is all a little bit at an angle. So this we select and move down a little bit there. It's kind of cool. Okay, so how do we straighten this? Let me show you a little trick what we can do. So when we select these 2 points, I turned off the preview mode for the sub-D, press F, there we can see where this edge actually has to be. Now, so let's go snap to edge, move this left and right, and snap to the edge. Press H, we still have this edge, so we need to remove it. There, done. And then Alt H, show everything again. But, so what about here, F? You see now there are more. So we can do the same here one more time. We move everything along the x-axis, hold the control key and snap to the edge, hide this, and then here this edge we drew, delete, Alt H, there we are. We could also see F, normal, yeah, no, I was like trying to straighten everything. One idea could also be actually rather maybe this approach. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You see this is the last one. And then we say active element, SX and 0. Yeah, okay, it's straightened. That's bad, not a big deal. We go to shear and then we shear this back. But no, the corner points are different. So if I start modeling everything more linear and then shear it in, this shear process works well. If we did it, we modeled everything and then we need to straighten it, then actually moving this while snapping to an edge is better. Now to make the whole design left and right symmetrical, we just remove half mirror modifier. Very good. In front of the sub D. There we are. Beautiful. Maybe here. There. Okay, so it's not so flat. Very nice. Okay. We want to add a little bit of a lip to it. So E and Y. Select all this. E and Z. The only thing is, so this one I select from the side and I want to go diagonal at an angle. And then I patch in the missing faces. Selecting always 4 points. There we are. And then I can see visually, do I need to pull this more? I can also make this bigger now, based on how we want to do this. Does this need to be that far? So we have a little bit of an artistic play. Because we extruded this down as a rim, now we can also turn actually this view on, and then we go to edge select, and there we can see 1.1 to 1.1. So this is a diagonal. Keep 1.3, 1.3, 1.6. So if we make this a 1.3 and this may be a 1.3, you start noticing hopefully how I am lining up everything a little bit. There, okay. Very good. Show this. Yeah, not too bad. Control R, if we want, we can add another loop. Then we get a stronger crease there, for example. Okay, we just want to have something that's rather soft, so let's dissolve this edge. And then we can add a solidify modifier. And also here, let's add an auto smooth. And the solidify modifier, the thickness, quarter inch. Quarter inch is actually a lot. Let's say 5 millimeters. Yeah. Okay. We can adjust these values later all the time anyway. Very nice. So we've quite quickly rebuilt ourselves a shell, which now we can continue and fine tune and perfect, add more lumbar support, make this deeper based on how we want to do this. Maybe this should actually be also round and not flat. No? Very nice. It's all about comfort. Okay. So let's leave this video at this, and then the next one I show you how we add a pillow onto it, and then we just go back and try to make this fit actually to the table by adding a leg construction that mimics this design.